Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the Nate Star League. We got more Counter-Strike action coming straight at you. My name is Vincent. I'm joined by Birdie Box and we got a great matchup. It's Michigan Tech coming up against RIT, but it is, I believe, RIT White that we are watching, which is the RIT B team.
Indeed. Unfortunately for us, we don't really have too much time to elaborate because we do actually have the game, already heading straight into it. It took a little time to get things set up. We're not actually too far behind, heading to the second round.
Oh.
RIT White closing out that first one and seem to be doing well to follow up as well.
Indeed. Yeah, we have the same exact rosters as well. Same exact players in the server as we saw back. I don't remember what week, but it was in the regular season that we saw both these teams on stream. That was a very different look, map pool and everything wise. We'll get into that more as we move forward, but that time than it is this time. RIT, though, they were the ones to take the loss in that matchup, and so we're looking for some victories here. Some revenge. Ooh, that was a nice movement.
So, Vincent, how is revenge best served?
I don't remember the quote. I'm trolling you. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. If you want to just make something, it's best served on Inferno.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for this. What, Franz? What did that chicken do to you?
Did you see the April Fool's thing where it was like the chickens now will come back with a revenge?
I didn't see that. No, I need to go look.
I forgot where I saw that. Maybe I just imagined this. I don't know.
No, they've done like plenty of things with the chickens during April.
Yeah. Just like the chickens in subsequent rounds will now come back and hunt you down.
I was doing no gaming until late yesterday, so I did not see.
No, too busy celebrating, huh?
I was, yes. All the celebrations.
Indeed.
Because, it's one of the best holidays, April Fool's Day.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yep. Anyway, second round, easy does it as RIT. I mean, it was expected after we walked in at, what, a 4v1?
Yeah.
Like, it just was a 4v1 very early into the round. No doubt. Right now, though, having the AWP, and this is a guy that we're going to stay pretty much every round. Retina dropped like 50 last time we saw.
Did we see Inferno
not
last
50.
time?
We did not see Inferno.
Okay, because I remember every time we see Retina on Inferno, it turns into let's just run at them. Like,
I mean, Retina does just run at them.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that's going to evolve, especially considering they've started off with this kind of disadvantage early on. I'm curious to see how his kind of play style is going to kind of shift. But he doesn't seem to be scared for the time being. Up in place, shoulder spotted. Prize.
Yes, I kind of was feeling the same thing. I thought that was, maybe just that could have been the issue. Either way, you live and you learn. Retina got away with it. Unfortunately, Childs is down Retina with Alton. And with that, the push day continues. Shot connecting, say you will, and Retina doing the dirty work. It's 2 apiece there on the tree to the site. RIT, 2 rounds in a row, but that's now stalled out by Michigan Tech.
Nice pair of shots there. Makes up for the little bit of the elbow shot earlier on top middle, but yeah, immediately the op finds impact and something for RIT to be scared of as Michigan Tech find that first round. Concern here, Vincent, obviously going to be that you win those first 2, great, but losing that first gun round, there's just not that much money for RIT to be able to capitalize off of.
Yeah, I mean, that is unfortunately the case here, but I'd say this is a pretty decent buy. No, I mean, they've got some smokes, they've got some flashes. Just a deal there for Zoltan, but it is what it is. Counter's going to have some control towards the apartments area, and Bird, this is a very passive hold for the Huskies.
I would say quite, yeah. I feel like this is kind of what we saw last round too. We had Retina towards Arch with the AWP just kind of sitting back, but I'd say this is reasonable though too, because you've got a T side which is kind of forcing back into this. You don't really want to give them too much room to work with, but into the B bomb site. Alright, team. Well, they'll decide to take the initiative either way, and they'll find those first 2 frags taking the bomb site entirely. Retina will rotate through, and there's no way he expects Maxicat this close angle. Oh.
Okay, well now the expectation is there. Oh, Molotov. This is ambitious. I love it. Maxi is going to get away. So that's good news. Here's the retake. It's a 3-on-4, so actually very difficult, at least on paper. Child's gonna connect some shots, but in the meantime, Retina tagged down, and this is looking like a save to me, Bird.
Yeah, this smoke fades. I was gonna say, City Will is just not in a good position to be able to stay alive, and honestly, that second smoke coming through too, it's definitely gonna be a save. There's no way to get into this bomb site, but what you can do, Vincent, is you can make sure that nobody gets out. You've got an excellent kill over the top of the smoke. Follow-ups would be excellent, or I guess even better. You got the pushback towards Banana that's being cut off, but RIT not gonna be looking towards there, at least not with the exception of Sullivan, who right now. Players are alive, and oh, I say that, yeah, they do actually find a kill towards the end as well. Old friends, the last one standing. Good third round for RIT. Nice way to get into the bomb site off of those first few entries, but the damage has been dealt to both sides.
Indeed. I mean, they're very much less so to MTU because they got those 3 players saved on the other side. Looking good.
What? Whoa.
What is happening?
Dude, so you know how you can apply like GeForce like filters to like your game? This is like what I'm imagining some of those could look like, but
I think my graphics card is disagreeing with what I just tell. I just heard my fans ramp up. I'm not even joking. Right now with a nice shot. By the way, we are going to see a couple of those little artifacts and stuff. Apologies for that. Just a little bit of a network issue. Stick with us. We appreciate it. Nonetheless, so opening pick.
That's aggressive. Lysander in for the first, and plenty of information as well to follow it up with. That's going to be important because it brings the rotations back through, despite Eel falling short on the bomb site. Retina, though, always a reliable figure as he continues to follow up. And despite Spike with the MP9 coming through with the MAC-10, it's left him in a rough situation. 1v2 as he recovers the AWP, but yet to put the bomb down.
Has to go for the reload on the op as well. Oh, that's great information. Say Will is down. Can't adjust, though, Childs. She's in position, makes the connections. And it's a second round on the MTU side. So, a lot of damage that round, though, is the key.
Yes. Do you remember how much damage was done in the first round, the Michigan Tech one? I don't remember how many were left standing.
For who? For RT?
MTU.
3.
3? Okay. So, like I said, no blowout runs yet for MTU. I guess that's a point that RT they're probably kind of holding on to, right? Listen, and it's not quite pushing it over the line in some of these situations. So despite the save, still plenty of motivation for them. I don't really see a need for any adjustment, maybe necessarily yet.
Yeah, not yet. Good note as well. This is RIT's map pick. Didn't get to look at it. We'll talk more about that and exactly what the pick ban was between maps. But a good look for RIT. Standard flashbang to get into the half-wall position. MP9, this should chew through these unarmored opponents, but oh, Maxi hitting a nice shot with that deagle. Lysander.
It didn't do much good for the T side there too. The last 3 of these players couldn't really get into the bomb side to trade their teammates, but they'll somehow do it anyway. The flank's been compromised though, and this seems like it's going to be a done deal shortly.
And it will be quick and easy, simple as you like. So 3-3, the score line here. Michigan Tech resurging after the pistol round loss.
Yep.
And like you said, not a problem yet, or no problems yet here for RIT. Though, look at the money. Bird, this ain't great. I mean,
oh no.
Yeah, Tanner has to pick up a Mach 10. Dalton could have had a Galil if he wanted, but goes for the Mach 10. Yeah. And there's a Galil on Franz. So yeah. It's not the greatest of buys, though fantastic utility.
Yeah, with all the talk of banks collapsing recently, you have to remember that doesn't apply to both sides. Mach 10's on the board. Listen, it's Inferno. You can get close range, but when it comes to actually finding map control, you know, it can always come back to bite you later on, but this is a nice angle. I'm not sure. Did he spot him?
I don't think so. It didn't seem like it at the very least, but that's certainly going to be spotted. Say you will. Gets the frag and gets away. And those Mach 10s, they can be good, but unfortunately not everybody struggles to shoot moving opponents like I do.
Yeah. Also, the Mach 10s just don't tend to work when they're dead, you know.
Yeah. A wielder. They don't work on their own. At least so I've been told. What is that jump? He jumped over the headshot. That's ridiculous. Childs will go down. It's a double entry into A. Oh my gosh, what just happened?
But again, this is another. I say retake. The bomb's not down yet, but this is another situation that at MTU. Whoa! I was about to say this is a situation they'd be motivated to go for. You know, you got the 2v2. One of these players has been knocked down at low HP. You know, you've rotated before the bomb goes down. Why not go for it? And you will still make that decision. The AONS pushing through. Only 9 bullets left to actually close out the round, though. So the questions will start to mount as he finds the first information on that second. But will he read the rotation? Oh, 5 bullets, Vincent, and he's got it. MTU, they'll find the 4th round, and they'll take the lead here on Inferno.
That is incredible stuff. Great connection from Eel, and you know, I'm saying it's incredible. I don't know, because I was frozen. I did see a bit of that.
Oh, no.
I thought about just playing it off, and then I was like, you know what? I can't.
It's an important note here. Redness held on to this AWP like every single round.
Yeah, it's always been recovered, which is, I mean, you know, to be fair, just feed right in
the economy is not reflecting that, but it is having impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough that the economy's not reflecting that, considering, but you know, when you have a 1v1 like that, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
One-way smoke. What would have been a one-way for Retina? Smoked off from the T's perspective, actually.
Yeah. You see that used occasionally when you're worried of CTs taking map control towards Banana a lot.
Which is fair.
All it really does is give them room to work with. Like, if the CT side knows you're going to be doing that, it can be kind of dangerous. But look at this map control from RIT. They've gone really aggressive towards brackets and halls.
Great flash to get in. Childs, though, it's only going to be the one, and Retina miss. Rare as they are, they do come through every once in a while, and that's a gun barrel spotted.
It's gone.
Yeah, communicate it over to say you will, and say you will. Well, say you won't, actually.
Kills been punished over towards B. You've got... I can't read the name because the white-on-white background there. But, in position...
You can't read that? What's wrong with you?
I can't. I'm sorry.
It's clearly someone.
Who?
just checking. Zoltan? Nope. Who is it? It's not Xander. Crap. It's France. It's regrouped. It's France. I got it eventually.
They've regrouped. They've got a target to say bomb site that Molotov. It's going to do well to prevent the angle from being held over towards Arch, but it's not going to stop the rotation into the bomb site. Say will able to double up as well. That's exactly how you hold a crossfire over towards Arch.
What server are we playing on? This got to be a Cali server.
I could try to find out for you if you give me some
time. I don't need to know, but I appreciate that.
I'll do it.
I'm doing some trolling only because, dude, there's like been 3 shots already that Retina it looked like should have probably hit, and it didn't hit.
But then he hits the shots that you expect not to hit, so it makes up for it.
Just in a Draken?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Alright, going for it again?
Chicago server, that's what it is.
Well, I can't say those are bad because they're good. Oh my goodness. They're all so blind, but no. Just the one frag there. Say you will. Just cleaning them up.
Alright, Vincent, the Deagle. It gets 3 here. You ever heard the story of Maxi Cat?
No, actually, I haven't.
I was trying to
check my Twitter at Cats for the context on that. Shameless promotion.
Yeah, so 6 rounds for Michigan Tech
in a row, no less.
Yeah, we talked about turnaround here. This is more than a turnaround.
Yeah, it's very good. I also want to point out that MTU, there's been times where they haven't looked like dominant here, but they've always had a handle on things. Like, there's never been a moment where I'm trying to find the right words here, but I think
control.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice boost.
That's incredible, and the headshot as well. But there's never been a time where they didn't know what was going on. His Retina just continues to go forward.
They've got the bomb.
He only has a W key. I don't.
Do they know? Oh.
Yeah, they know.
Insult to injury.
I think they do. Yeah, I should get a free one. Nicely done. But, sorry, to clarify what I was going for there, Bird, it's basically, there's never been a moment where MTU haven't known what's going on. Like,
yeah,
never have they been in question about what's happening, right? It's not been slow and methodical. It's been It's been very straight up in your face. That's what RIT have been going for, and it's not ideal.
Yeah, and not only that too, but in these last few rounds, because of the kind of economic situation for RIT, we've also seen a lot more dominance come out from the MTUs. They've been carrying more players over to the next round, and that's being reflected in this economy. If they can do that again here, off the back of this investment, that's starting to look a lot worse for the kind of the overall outcome of this half.
Indeed, and when you think about it, it is RIT's map pick. But listen, it's also the CT side of Inferno. We all know how good that can be.
No, please explain. I don't know.
Okay, so basically the CTs have like a massive advantage because they started out with the site control, and it's very hard to approach the site, especially B, because there's one very long corridor where they have to move forward.
What's that
and
called?
The CTs, yeah, it's called Banana.
Oh, okay. So, where Tanner is right now, what's he doing? I noticed there's a kitchen around there. Is there something I'm not aware of?
He's cooking.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what you do in kitchens, if you're not familiar.
I'm a bird. I don't know.
Yeah, these birds, man. I thought that they were extinct. I thought the government
all of
just got rid
them?
of them all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was going to say, they're still around. They're just government drones, obviously, right?
So what are you, is that you as well?
Oh, absolutely.
You just admitted
Yeah.
you peeked behind the veil?
Yes, so not only am I a government drone, I'm a government drone for all of the governments, even the ones that don't exist.
I don't know how that works, but I'm just going to not think about it because it confuses me. It hurts my brain.
Okay.
What doesn't confuse me is the game of Counter-Strike. It's not exactly simple, but, you know, shoot people in heads.
I like the Seke. Thoughts?
It's okay. I'm not like the biggest fan.
Okay, all right.
It's okay though. I like the stickers. It's got some personality.
Yeah, I'm more curious as to how he lost 1 point of HP.
Very carefully. I actually don't know. That's a great question.
Stepped on his toe slightly.
Yeah, no. What happened was that there was a player behind him, and he accidentally stepped on his heel, and he lost his shoe.
Yeah, they're wearing cleats. You know, they gotta go play soccer afterwards.
Football?
Yeah, same thing. Come on.
I was gonna make a Europeans joke, but it works too well. Also, gotta love soccer. Anyway, Lysander.
That's a nice crossfire too. Incredibly difficult to punish, despite the fact that they get in. Lysander's just gonna be able to hide here. Flashbang from his teammate to get him out, but a nice angle to be able to stay alive from. Traded out though as the bomb site drops, but a gap in the smoke. Retina able to still not acting might just cost him in the long run.
But it's still 3-on-3. It's not like it's all over. And look at this double push from RIT. It's going to be met with two of the opposition childs. They already get fortunately that's right. You will chimes in and come from the banana position. Childs with the pre-fire, looking for nation. From how it doesn't say you will connects. This man's having fantastic game. Don't always look to say you will for frags or MTU, but Cal.
Yeah.
Today, this is 18 and 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's silently been, I don't say overperforming, just giving his absolute best. I mean, we've already seen a lot of rounds where he's gotten multi kills after multi kills, and a lot of those have been eco rounds. But you can't ignore 18 and 6, you know.
Yeah, actually, it's towards the end. It's not even halftime yet.
Yeah, we'll get there.
When any fragging Retina match, you know that they're going.
I guess that's a cause for concern too, because when Retina doesn't need to perform, oh no.
Yeah, that's a bit of a yikes. Last time these two teams played, I mean, it was two relatively close. It was 16-19 on a noob, and Overpass was 16-11. MTU winning, but a competitive game on both sides.
Oh,
wait, how did that name was so perfect? It blew up in the air next to him.
So, for those watching, by the way, I'm not sure if you guys might be aware of this, but this work is if they detonate in a region above your head, they do maximum damage. And so it's actually better to throw grenades on top of people than it is to throw it at their feet. I imagine that's why the grenade way. As for why it was thrown where it was, I couldn't tell you.
I'm just gonna assume it was intentional and move on.
Okay.
Yeah, all part of the plan. But this is no movement being made for RIT. I like this a lot. That seeing that this isn't a fake, it's just a B hit.
Sander finding the timing once again, but it's due to the support of his teammate Retina also delivering in the back lines. This T-side offensive crumbles. Only a single kill in the back of the bomb side. MTU, they're just so cohesive. Oh, they were all ready to defend it too. You mentioned it earlier, how aware MTU were of the kind of game plan that RT would bring to the table, and that's another just case study right there.
And I mean, if you ever were curious on how sight hits work when walking into 4 CTs, that's how it goes.
Yeah, they don't.
they just don't. Flashes galore, toss over the top, and allow Lice into frags for free. By that time, the smokes had faded all over. Oh boy.
Man, the fact that the grenade hits the only player with an AK as well, Lice said that there's no way that kill's getting traded to if it's not for a straight bullet through that smoke. Tech 9 could be an opportunity to retrieve a rifle here, but he's got support to make sure that doesn't happen. Molotov to keep him at bay as Tanner does find a deagle shot. Where though?
What was that Tech 9 skin? I need that.
This one?
Not this one. The other one. The one player on
Tanner?
Yeah. I didn't get to see. Search it up. I need to know.
Wait, no, sorry. Tanner didn't have the deagle skin. It was
Tech 9. Tech 9.
Yeah, Zoltan had the Tech 9. Sorry. Tanner got the top mids to kill.
Yeah. Sorry.
Important to note here, MCU, they've lost that player and immediately they've started to fall back. They don't really want to touch that rifle before it comes down to actually getting into the bomb site. Off shots going off though, and this is an indication of what's to come. Not really much to work off of except for Retina's play through the back lines. That collapsing though leaves a question mark in the remainder of this round. Maxicat not able to actually find that crux into the bomb site. Zoltan's left alone, despite the Tech 9 skin he has in hand. It's been put into the back pocket and it's recovered him forward with 20 seconds left. Will have to make some magic, to be fair, because that bomb is not going to work its way in.
And yeah, this is just, can you get out with this gun? Or maybe he wants to go down as well? Well, regardless of the intentions, the outcome was the same. Death resultant and despair for RIT for this first half as it's 10-3. What I do know as well, by the way, I found out, it is the Tech 9 Decimator.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty cool. I really kind of want one, but they're like expensive.
Just sell your soul.
I sold my soul for like a knife, so I can't.
Oh,
my soul's gone.
who bought it? Your soul, I mean.
Oh, they don't tell you that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, understood.
Yeah, you just kind of you put it up on the market and then it's gone.
Banana control. It looks to be kind of the next main target. We don't see RT pivoting towards the apartments, but MTU will be looking to do that instead. I'm surprised he wins that gunfight, but he took those every day.
This is a good look for MTU with the man advantage, though. Oh, look at this. They've called it again. Bird, they've got 3 players here on the site. Crossfire set up. Now, good flashbang, and that's going to push Retina back. There was no smokes. That was intentional, considering they just wanted to take the fight with a flashbang. And suddenly, what was an advantage for MTU is now a disadvantage by 2. Jouts, say you will. Both coming in, trying to retake, and with the economy they have, they'll go for it, but still.
I was about to say, this might be the first save we see for MTU, but they just don't need to. There's no reason not to go for this, and I'm curious as to how they'll make this work. They've got a smoked ISO angle towards Banana if need be, but no Molotovs to actually force any of these players out, and time continuing to tick as well, and chances starting to deplete as a result. Chaz, I mean, this seems like a done round just based off of that. Picking up 2 in the end, a smoke to maybe Ninja, but Zoltan will prevent that from happening. AWP will be saved at the end.
Valiant effort from Childs. I like to see that, especially when you have the money. So, 10-4. It's going to be interesting looking at the run of rounds this half, because it's like RIT just zoom out to a solid lead there, and then it's just MTU the entire way through, and now they picked up one more at the back end of the half. We're headed into the final round, and hopefully they can get a fifth. A fifth here, I'd say it would be a very good recovery, and not an unrealistic comeback either on the CT side. Anybody can get a nade in there?
Yeah, not sure. Some old tops as well aren't really gonna have any impact. But that grenade, dude, the utility on Banana has been excellent so far.
I'd love to see the util damage like stats for MTU. I think pretty good.
I'd say it's more than 3.
3 what? Is there like a 3 damage or?
So hold on, we're in the States. What's the most outrageous metric we can come up with?
I mean, there's a lot of those in the States.
It's like 3.
Like I would say tablespoons and teaspoons are most outrageous.
3 tablespoons per
liter.
Round.
Just mix and match. Oh, here's that flash through the smoke, and everybody's blind. Nobody can see, but Spike still will have that frag. It's a good defense. Good to get even that one, but it's still a very viable retake with 3 players living on the MTU squad and the bomb down out in the open.
Oh, no smoke to obscure this as well, so the bomb will need to be retrieved in plain sight, costing 2 of these players their lives. Maxicat, just not happening, let's be honest. It's an 11-4 half. MTU dominating the first stage of this game, and RT's map pick as well, but there's 2 halves to every game of Counter-Strike. Vincent, we'll have to see what RT can do on their CT side.
Indeed. Yeah, this has just been solid, though. When you look down and you just have everybody playing well, but say you will, being 22-6, Retina 16-7.
Retina being 16-7 is like, that's a sub-average game for Retina. Something's going on.
I mean, I don't want to set the expectations too out of whack, but Retina not on 20 frags and a half is abnormal based on games we've seen on stream. As insane as that is, but
yeah.
Nade down Banana for the CTs, excuse me. His friends will get them some information. Okay.
That's very difficult to break, but that boiler player going down leaves Tanner isolated towards the porch position. With him out of the equation as well, it's the bomb site to drop, and the rotations, they're so far away, but they're coming up through mid, and given time, they'll work their way in towards this retake. The question will be, is MTU going to be prepared for all 3 of these players to be as close as they are?
I don't know. A very quick rotate as well. Look at how little the bomb is ticked already. But that's 2 players spotted. Hit confirmed there. Maxicat has one. Flash goes out. Ooh. None of those connect. It's a 1v3. Retina required. But if there's anyone, it's him to do it. Takes the first shot. Can't find it. Second, the third for Retina. Oh my goodness. He's dancing to his own beat. What a ridiculous clutch.
All right. Retina, underperforming, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Oh, no.
He's back. We got him.
I found him. He was lost.
We just needed to put him in the clutch, you know?
True. Brings out the best in Retina, really. I think he had a 1v4 last time we saw him.
Not surprised, but listen, Chouts is an MP5. Again, massive stan.
Chouts does enjoy a bit of MP5ing. I think I said the other day, though, if you don't have the OG, like the skin you got for Danger Zone,
what's the point?
You're just not a real fan.
Yeah, if you don't have a 10-year veteran coin, are you even a Counter-Strike player?
You joke about that, Bird, but there's people who I genuinely have heard that opinion, unironically.
Wait, he's got the skin, too. Okay, yeah.
He does. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's got it.
It's all good.
I would, honestly, I would want Zoltan and Spike to trade positions. I would want the MP9. Yeah, that's gone. Retina holding that angle. He's going to win that every day of the week. And a third player in the back of the site. He's here to kind of detract from the noise, try to take advantage of it. But, Lysander, he's going to be the wiser one this time as well.
So, with a pistol victory, and now a second round seeming far more likely than not, we have to ask the very important hard-hitting questions, like why is Maxicat using a CZ?
Because second to the Bison, it's the best weapon of the game.
Okay. I'll just accept that and move on. I was seeing some incredible stuff from who had it earlier today. It was a Forza player that was playing with it and was nutty. It was Crad. Crad was nutty.
So, unironically, but CZ still serves. Who got that? Okay, Lysander got that. The CZ still serves a massive like part in Counter-Strike because shifted from the role of just win rounds with it. Like you used to see like the Tech 9 half of just tap pads, run into a bomb site, get up close. But the role it serves now, and particularly useful on the CT side, is to get that one kill, use those 12 bullets, and pick up another gun to close out the rest of the round. And the reason why it can be so useful in that position as well is because, it's got that long reload time. It takes a long time to pull up, but who cares? If you get that first kill and you pick up the rifle, the CZ's useless at that point. You know what I mean? Once it's in your pocket, you don't need to worry about it.
No, that's very true. It does have its position. I just, I like trashing on it a little bit. Only because the 5.7 is so nuts right now.
Both used to be worse, and that's a crazy thought.
That's also true.
Worse is in a lot better.
Yeah. They've been significantly nerfed. That's what you're getting at.
Yes. This is about control. Retina, you can see he's got some thinking going on in his head. That's rare for Counter-Strike, but it might just come out in their favor. He's gonna be able to cut off these rotations as his teammates work their way to the A site. USB finding some dinks and living a little bit longer than you might expect, but now Lysander towards this B side, he's got an opportunity to farm some frags.
Great patience there as well, not to take that first shot when he first saw like the shoulder. That's the experience that Lysander has just coming to fruition. AK in hand, take the USP, why not? Though it does work well. Yeah. The first time, for the first frag at least. Unfortunately, Retina was around the corner.
Pistols have more kill money, right?
No.
No?
Nope. 300.
They did. 300? Okay. I stayed corrected.
Is the CC 100? 100 kill money?
I don't remember. That's
I don't think so.
But
someone told me that earlier today, and I was like, I don't think that's true. But
here, take a look. In the meantime, I'll highlight what's really an important factor of this game. RT won the first pistol. Remember that. They also won that second round, but they've only won 2 rounds since, and that's a really massive concern considering that. Well, given another 2 rounds, Michigan Tech could be heading into our second map. Child's opening up as well, not making that situation easier. Old friends with the trade, trying to pull this back. Another opening towards the apartments, but Childs has worked his way through the back lines again. Another position over towards Arch, and an ability here to open up. 2 players lining up in his crosshair. Surely that's the round. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's still 100.
It's still 100?
I thought it got changed back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the case.
While you were looking that up, you missed Child's just,
farming?
Get 15, essentially.
Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting. Congratulations, Childs. Yeah, that's crazy, actually. That needs to be reverted, IMO.
Yeah.
I don't see why you should be punished for using that's another reason why the 5.7 is just better. I'm gonna make a YouTube video.
Make a blog post.
No, I'm gonna make a TikTok. That TikTok would pop.
Would it?
Five reasons why the CZ is just worse.
That's because Child's on the other end of the barrel. That's reason number 1.
Hey, we got production confirmation. It would be a bigger TikTok. So
right, I won't complain then.
Anyway, yeah. So apparently CZ is still $100 bonus for a kill in competitive. Same as the op, which is insane. Like when you think about it like that.
To be fair though, when you're buying the op, you're not thinking, oh, how much money am I gonna get for killing the other? You know what I mean? You're
right.
Going, you die because I have gun.
Well, I mean, it got nerfed back in like the Kenny S days when they nerfed the movement.
You mean before some of these people were born? I'm just kidding.
I mean, not that. I would wager at least one viewer may not have been born yet.
How many years ago?
It's like
10-ish?
10 plus. Like 2014.
Oh, right now, looking through the smoke of AWP, that's outrageous. Somehow, still the B-bomb side drops. Bomb looking to be retrieved as the rest of RIT rotate back through. This retake, Util's in place, but Lysander also in place.
Yeah, and he's knocking him down. It looks quite simple, though. He will fall to the final attempt there. Tanner, alone 1v2. I mean, this is still winnable, or the 1v2 at least.
I hate to break it to you. That Molotov has not made his life any easier, and how loud he's being. You got Sayubo looking through the back. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, he had the time to work with, but just feeling the pressure of what is the scoreline, I think, the reality. Ooh, but that's a nice shot. There's no way he's going to expect Sayubo, though.
There it is.
Yeah, no chance. 16-4. It's the final scoreline here on Inferno. The bat pick of RIT falling by the wayside and going to Michigan Tech. The Huskies doing a very good job there on that first map. It was looking good initially. You know, we walked into that at like, you know, and saw a 3-3 scoreline, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is looking like a good RIT pick. Fortunately, it didn't end that way.
Yeah. What was it? 19-16 last time around at the first map, and then 16-11. I think you said it was.
Yep.
This is a stark contrast to that. Let's be honest. It shows MTU showing up to a different level, and obviously Inferno wasn't a map we saw last time around. You know, maybe this is a map that MTU favored already, and it just happened to be a pick that RIT weren't expecting to go the way it did. But either way, that's going to take us into the pick of Nuke for MTU. Potentially a chance for them to close out the series before I guess either of us really expected it to.
And Nuke's very much a home map for the Huskies, so it's going to be tough. We'll have to see exactly how that goes, but first we're going to have a quick break. We'll see you in just a little bit. So it wasn't the best of showings from RIT in that opening map. That being said, it was their map pick. We're looking to go to Nuke. And Bird, talk to me a little bit about what you noticed specifically from RIT. What were the issues that you saw?
Overall, just an inability to really trade whenever MTU had the advantage. It was very rare that we saw kind of the fragging potential MTU get taken down a notch, and be left in the disadvantaged situation. You know what I mean? Just walking into the bomb sites every single time, it looked like MTU had the advantage. And whenever they didn't, they had the clutch factor to back it up. We saw that Retina clutch. Was it a 1v3? Was it the Glock on the second pistol? Just stuff like that. Like, you look at the players in the server, they just showed up for MTU.
They did, yeah, and that's not something new, not something we weren't expecting, but it is a lot more dominant than we had seen before. And I also think that almost, not exclusively, but that partially, and a significant margin maybe, goes to Say You Will playing as well as they did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not any disrespect meant, but typically we expect Retina to go that crazy, and he did. We don't always expect Say You Will to be going that crazy. And when you add a second player going insane to Retina's already great performance, it's just not possible really to do anything against this MTU squad.
The problem was, even in the rounds that were lost by MTU, they just seemed so strong, and heading into a map like Nuke as well, now that we see that on our screens, it's a concerning thought, because Nuke is a map where it tends to be really momentous, you know what I mean? If you got the CT side really popping off, it can be really difficult to stop. Now, saving grace here for RIT, so something you'd like to talk about, they will be starting on that CT side. So talk to me, what can we maybe expect from that?
Yeah, I think that Nuke CT side, obviously very favorable traditionally. I do think there's some struggles that can happen. It's really important to have good communication here, but that's something that at this point in the season, RIT should have. So the fact that they're starting on the CT side, it's good news, because it's sort of best case scenario. Now, granted, MTU, they picked Nuke knowing that fact and still picked it. So I don't think that that's going to change the outcome per se, but if there's a way to get some momentum, it would be starting on the CT side.
This person's outside towards Marshmallow on top of many. I think they're trying to go for this fight, but they've walked past MaxiCat, who's got the first frag. Extra contact from Retina means he's been sidelined in the process. These first two Glocks losing frags, and there's just no ground to make up for. MTU just absolutely collapsing outside.
Yeah, they sort of got a little unlucky there with the fact that, well, they looked down and Maxi had moved forward, so wasn't actually spotted, but still, unlucky or not, a great couple of frags. In fact, 3 frags for MaxiCat. He'll in the 1-on-3. We've seen that before, but I get the feeling that this one's going to be a little bit different. This range particularly makes it difficult, and Franz will find a final frag of this round. So RIT, for the second time, pick up the first half pistol round.
No complaints. But after recall, I mean, obviously I'm not trying to set this up again, but you have to remember Inferno. RT won that pistol. They won the follow-up on their CT side. Need RMID. And then only picked up 2 rounds for the rest of the map. So expectations for Michigan Tech, we're still, very much looking towards them to be able to perform. RIT White really needs to be the kind of the convincing factor there. If they want to show otherwise, I guess it needs to be now. These rounds, not only do they need to be wins, but they need to be very dominant, I would say.
Yeah, put it this way. If I was an odds maker, I wouldn't put any odds at all on this game. Because I would be losing money on everyone.
I thought you were going to take that into words. I wouldn't put odds on this game because it's rigged.
No. There was far too many people this morning in the chat I was in was like just saying that, and so I always memed it up, and now I just realized there's too many people who believe that. I need to stop.
Yeah, it's like you joke about flat Earth and then it's real.
Like, yeah, when you make the joke and then everybody's nodding along, like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap.
Let's talk about that, and you're like, wait, no.
Yeah, I've made a mistake. Just like this mistake that MTU are making currently, running down into the ramp area, getting on to B. Well, maybe not so much a mistake. Zoltan, that was a nice frag, the first one, but takes a lot of damage. Spike, though, gotta clean things up. That's 2, but the bomb plant is actually a huge win for MTU.
Yeah, those players are just too focused on, like, finding frags there and just making sure they stay alive before the post plant happened to actually prevent the bomb from being planted. That's a massive W. They come into this round with Glocks. They find 1 kill. Okay, no, a biggie, right? But be able to put the bomb down with all 4 players alive after that, big win for sure. It gives them the resources they need to come into this round. Not only that, but against what is a bonus round for the CT side, this could be their chance to win out their first round. And not only that, to be able to kind of double up.
And especially when you look at the money for MTU, you realize how much of an impact the bomb plant is.
Would be broke if they lost.
I mean, that also very much the case, yes. But MTU specifically taking advantage.
No.
Ooh. A little bit of a rough spray, but eventually it's there. Retina, nothing rough about that. It's a headshot straight into the arms of Childs was Tanner.
Oh
Zoltan.
Boy, I'm getting flashbacks, Vincent.
Poor man's alone. Alone and needs a friend.
So, I would say there's actually a world where, yeah, so only 1 player dropping from 2 here. There's a world where they save here. Reason being, this is Nuke. You know you're going up Michigan Tech. They just had 4 players left alive. You win this round, you're not breaking them. They will come back with a full gun round. And so, this is a gamble and a half. And am I on board? I don't know.
I'm not on board with you, actually. I think you're crazy for saying that they should save any world.
The reason being, this is a util heavy map, and if they come into this, you either sacrifice the AWP and the utility alongside. It's just like there's so much to lose here for RIT. This could immediately turn into T-side dominance if this doesn't work out.
I mean, you're right about that, but I just think there's when you can get 4 guns and 3 people with like decent nades as well, you just go for the buy here, especially at this level.
Yeah,
that's not to be disrespectful. It's just like, yeah, the reality is most of the time the nades aren't making the difference in this endeavor, though they're certainly important.
So let's start with that last round. MCU got that first kill. We saw some reaggressions from RNC, which got punished, right? This time around, not necessarily the case. We saw the 1-for-1 trade. Lysander's now found an opening elsewhere as well, which also has been traded back. 3v3, how do you split your resources in this speech? Not important as make an opening duel on Tanner. Will better at that. But he hunted, and unfortunately alongside Zoltan. Oh my, what a shot.
That was fantastic. The bomb's down as well. Oh, I don't know if he's going to expect the second player here.
I think he... Spike. Just finding the right timing there. Third round for RIT, but that was not cheap by any means.
No, but rounds win games, Econ doesn't. That's the way I would put it. That's like, if I were to draft a response to the thesis you just gave me, that would be it. Rounds win games.
Listen, recently I've been sending you a lot of theses, so you'll have to, which one are we talking about here?
I said the one you just gave me, just right now.
Understood.
Yeah, and it works out. I mean, yeah, this round it's not great on the buy, but you got to do what you got to do. It's just the way of the road for the CT side.
What is that boost for? Is it just to get a different angle? I guess they're just trying to get a different angle on that outside. Well, big opening duel. No way that's going to get traded from the T side, and they'll be worried to try to approach ramp for the rest of this round after the fact. But having information that op is located towards ramp, they can start to make inroads outside. They can try to get down towards secret and maybe consider that ramp take later on, maybe some sort of vent drop as well. This is where the kind of mind games come into play, and Retina actually finding a kill as well. Can put something into the mix, but Spike has also found the trade with the AWP. Man advantage for RIT. That's not something we've been able to say for most of this series, though that is equalized over towards the vents.
Not only that, great rotations from Spike, actually. Just kind of keeping the options open, if you will.
How does Shads keep getting out? Well, I guess he's dead now, but...
Oh, no.
That's information.
Yeah. Tanner just surprised his teammate right there. It's going to be the vent drop. That's heard. Lysander knows what's going down. Lysander just wants this fight. This is incredibly aggressive. Running into 2 players. Lysander, not exactly the play that I would have expected. Say Will now has to clutch. 1v3. An op in hand. Spike already got 2. Tanner's low HP. 2 smokes. Oh, and this is a great position. They're not on it.
Oh, he's got it! Oh no! Spike up and play. This is the absolute disaster case. Trying to deal with this through the smoke.
What?
It's barely spotted the barrel, but 5-second defuse. He's got it. He should. It's RIT. Able to follow with that fourth, but again, a second consecutive round where it's just one player carrying over economic potential. And with that bomb plant too, they're just gonna be motivated to just keep coming back until they win a round.
I don't know if the barrel was showing there, to be honest with you.
Surely it was.
I think he heard the step and he just shot. I don't know, but
Maybe.
He seems so deep in that smoke. Say you will, with a valiant effort though. It's so hard to know what's going on and
what is the right play even? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like there's no textbook answer in this engagement. Straight up onto ramp, Zoltan gonna end up finding the opening frag. It's 1 for 1 though the entire way through. Spike gets a tag, but no frag bagged.
Right
down into the retinas.
That's information. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly where RIT have reconsolidated the presence. And so with that said, and Retina already up towards this A site and is holding that rotation, it's an open bomb site, Vincent. Not only that, but RIT have no clue.
No, this is just a great position to be in. I guess the only thing that is good for RIT is they got a boatload of util. So
where do you put it? You've come into those rotations. You have no idea where MTU have put themselves into the back line. Are they considering the save?
It's got to be. There's just I mean, if you're not gonna go for if you're not gonna get in there quickly, which is what you have to do, especially if you're trying to use this utility, then you just have to save.
And actually, on top of that too, it is. Oh, there you go. Spike. That's how it's done. So you will goes down as well. No surviving T-side players as they went out their second round. But the reason I agree with the decision on top of that too is you look at the economy. If they had lost all those weapons, they would be on the save, and that would have been Michigan Tech's chance to start to just kind of snowball rounds back to back to back, which is what's dangerous on Nuke, right? When CTs lose that economy, the potential can start to shift. But this prevents that. They've still got some guns coming into this. It can make that snowballing effect that much more difficult to actually trigger.
It's a good point. Yeah, it very much can be difficult to do so. I love that MTU they're just committed to this rush here. Straight up onto the site. Maxi able to stay alive for a moment. Say you will. Great trade on France. 2 players remaining for the CTs. Spike and Zoltan. Honestly, they could maybe start looking for a save if Zoltan doesn't pick that up, but he does.
He came through the back lines too quickly for that save to be considered, I think, and with that frag too, plenty of motivation to go for this. But Spike, this is not an angle you want to be taking with an AWP. Little assistance from his teammate as well. There's no other assistance other than presence, but Mac-10 popping off a few shots, not getting to a frag, might just be something to capitalize off of. But Sayuwill's going to find that kill in the back lines, and with 4 HP left on the SOP, it's gone, Vincent. He's out of here.
Yeah, he's got to go. There's just no doubt. And a nice almost adjustment straight towards Spike. But there's that round for MTU. They will eventually gather that up and even recovered. So what's the series of events here, right? MTU lose out the pistol, so RIT get into 2-0 lead, immediately win a gun round, and then it's been back and forth since then.
Yes, but remember, this is a back and forth, situation does benefit the T side. They definitely come out on top, especially considering, what we would consider Nuke to be kind of benefiting the most in terms of sides and position. But this is really an important round. If you can get 4 rounds on your T side, kind of in the first stage of the half, it puts a little bit of pressure on the CT side to perform. It's going to motivate them to force buy a little bit more. It's going to force them to come into with more awkward rounds in general, and that's why you don't buy the 5-7.
Ooh, yeah. It's also why you just hit headshots.
Just kill them.
Yeah, just shoot them in the head. It's pretty easy. I mean, I say that like I can do that. I cannot. Unfortunately for Spike, Retina walks around the corner. Bad timing for him. Tanner gonna feel similar pain, courtesy of Say You Will. It's the 4th round for MTU. The Huskies have themselves a tie game.
So, and not only do they have a tied game, but now they've got some money in the back pocket. That's not something they've been able to say so far this game. We've seen a lot of forced buys coming out of them, a lot of awkward buys. We saw that rush towards that A site, right? Which wasn't fully equipped. And wondering, we'll say, now that they've got this and they can build some confidence behind it, what they can do with it. Important note, Lysander's got 10 kills. Don't know how that happened. I just don't remember them happening, but they're there. Child's only with 1, which is surprising.
A little bit. Has been maybe a little bit struggling early on, but still a 4-4 score line. I think it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly when Lysander is picking up the pace like so. Say Will is close as well. I mean, it's not a bad look thus far from Michigan Tech on their T side. RIT on the other hand, well, last round was their save. This round, their bye. And I gotta say, it's gonna have to be better than that save round.
All right, reach time over. Pause. I think that was the first one we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I say tonight. It's mid-afternoon.
Middle of the day.
Yeah, it's too used to this evening broadcast. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But this gun round, this is gonna be important for RT, and that's not exactly how you want to start it. Spike's been an important factor to the CT side, and he's gone already.
Though. One down on the other side, but it's quickly changing. The numbers game, that is, changing back into a very MTU-sided affair. Bomb's going to be recollected here. Tanner needs to collect more than just that one. Might have the opportunity. Ready for Lysander, but okay, Retina was running him down from the other direction. Before Lysander could even have a chance to go down, it was over. Zoltan seems to get an idea that there's somebody's second vent here, but he's getting double flanked.
Yeah, I don't know many people that would actually pull through in that situation. I don't think you could expect anyone to. But Michigan Tech, more than happy with the outcome of the round because it does put them in the lead. It's 5 rounds on your T-side on Nuke, and you got the lead. Are they concerned?
Nope, I'm not.
I mean, you're never concerned. You're cold hard, you know. You sold your soul, as we mentioned earlier.
You're right. Frosty.
Good one.
All right, T. They're gonna have to do a little bit more. Deagles in hand for the majority of these CTs. The amount of rounds now on the way of MTU in a row, starting to get pretty significant. I think we're up at 3. No. 3-round loss bonus?
I don't remember.
Something like that. Anyway, maybe just 2. Either way, a little bit more cash to work with is the long and the short of it.
I like this patience to you right now, actually. They got that first kill. RT's response in previous situations has been to, I guess most teams in a demand disadvantage would try to probe somewhere. You know what I mean? Try to find a quick play, a multi-frag to get you back into the round. MCU trying to expect that, play ahead of the other team, and just play out the time as a result. Not going to happen this time around, but it's the thought that counts.
Here's the thought. Hit the A site. That is the plan. Into you. Walking their way in. Missed opportunity there for Maxi. And Retina, where did that no scope happen? No idea, but no, I love that I know it's no scope.
That's quality of life update that happened. I mean, it's been more than a few years since the no scope icons and stuff were added, but
yeah, it's great. I personally love that. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
There's no better feeling in the world than it popping up and your opponent knowing that you no scope them across the map.
But not only that, but like when you see your teammates get it too, you're like, how did you just do that? Because you see them like you see the X-ray like through the wall as they like jump out of like apartments or something, and you see the no scope, and you're like, huh?
He did that where? With what? Exactly. Add some fun to it. No fun right now for RIT. It's not allowed. They've been on a loss streak as of late, and it's not showing signs of stopping. Maybe this time it will. Spike had some very high impact moments early into this game with the AWP, and now would be a good time to find that again.
Right, now he's got that opening duel against Spike before, looking for it again, but Spike's been successful with grabbing forward towards ramp. But this time, he says no. Zoltan with the trade, but he's put himself in an aggressive situation and open to be traded as Childs does find another man advantage for the T side. But this is a gun round, Vincent. They can't afford to keep losing these. RIT, they need a heroic play to pull them back.
That they do, and maybe there can be a play of that sort available. 3-on-4, not unwinnable by any means, and Tanner gonna find a free shot, but unfortunately, that decision's not the right one. Would have preferred to see them get the kill, get out. Maybe Maxi can do the damage. That seems to be the case. Challenge is now alone, and she's got a 1v2 ahead of her, especially when you consider this is so far away. But the good news is, Bird, there's at least a full minute.
Oh, yes. That heroic play did come through, so I'm very happy with that. But you do have to actually kill all 5 players in another team, right? Close out the round, usually. There are exceptions, Counter-Strike, but barrel spotted here would be huge, but they're playing around each other. Oh no. Zero awareness of what's going on that you would expect them to, and old friends will have this angle. Information at the very least, if not the frag, and it will be the frag.
I love that off angle from Franz. It's a good one when you consider that really Childs is always going to be worried about the players that would be on site because that's where the bomb is.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Like imagine like you're going on a roller coaster ride and you're like, oh, so I'm gonna be riding in this one, right? And no, just like randomly out of nowhere, out of the ground, just emerges like, all right, no, you're riding this one. This is the ride you're on.
It sounds like a Disney ride or something, or like a Universal ride.
You think it's like a nice peaceful ride, and all of a sudden, like you get taken underground, and there's just like, it's like the Emperor's New Groove, like pull the lever cronk kind of coaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When can I go ride that? I want it. Ooh, the tap's not quite getting there. Eventually, they will be confirmed. Lysander, that additional kill, making it an advantage for MTU, but oh boy, Tanner can't deny the bomb planter, but can deny the 2 players on the site. And the plant is now not even close to for this final player. Retina needs 3. Retina will only get the 1.
2 players standings. The bomb ends up being defused. It's a good round, but what is it off the back of? Right, that player in Hut. I forgot who it was.
Tanner.
Tanner. Yes. Really pulling that through. Michigan Tech just not quite clearing their angles properly, not aware of what was a re-aggression in towards Hut, costing them dearly. But that was a mistake from Michigan Tech. That was something potentially to be concerned about moving forward, because you don't see a lot of this often.
No, you really don't. So, and we already knew this, but MTU showing some weakness, showing that they do bleed just a little bit, even if it is a rare occurrence.
Or a different color blood.
Okay, I didn't say they were aliens.
I mean,
I feel like
otherworldly good at Counter-Strike, you know.
It was a step further. Yeah, they're just like aliens, you know. Okay, Bird.
What's I don't know what show it's from, but like the whole like aliens, you know what I'm talking about? Like
yes, I do.
Like that meme. I love that.
You're a memer. We get it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good. Lysander. Oh, I didn't see friends back in Big Garage, unfortunately.
That was really the X factor there. With that out of play, MCU, this seems to be around. Honestly, I would consider saving.
Yeah, 6-6. Not a lot of money left in their pockets. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, no save to be had. It'll be the 1 frag for Challenge before things go down. Tanner, another 2K.
We're seeing a lot of those.
We are. Now 12-9 for Tanner.
Yeah. Michigan Tech, listen, 6 rounds near T-side. Success. That's the only word that can be used to describe that. Anything more than this is just more and more pressure and more leeway that you get on your CT side. But picking up any of these last 2 is really the target for them. And how they're going to do that is going to be a forced round into this 14th round. How they're going to be able to capitalize off this, you know, I have no idea. But it seems to be a lot of utility outside to try to take some control.
I mean, in fairness, we really haven't seen outside be an important factor at all for MTU. Old friends, that's a nice one. 2 kills before getting away. It is still a rotation down towards B. And a wide open Maxi Cat will make that
Not
a
ready.
second kill. They have already rotated, but they've been seen, spotted. Now in position to go for the plant is Lysander.
Molotov will give them an idea of where this bomb's actually being planted. They know it's not in the back of the bomb, so they need to actually confirm that theory. But man in the back lines here. Ready to set everything up. It's Retina to find the first frag in for the second as well. Tanner doesn't really stand a chance. Players on all side. Lysander to be the one to close. We're back to equalized scoreline. And, okay, you know, great. Michigan Tech, you got your 7th round, but there's danger for an 8th now. They could take the lead of the half.
That they couldn't. Guess who it's down to? It's Retina. They're on the flank, making sure that those 2 players that were rotating into ramp just got no efficiency in their retake positions. They got taken out without even poking their nose into the bomb site. We're going to see those same outside smokes that we saw last round. As mentioned, they've not necessarily been a consistent factor. Oh, but Francis is going to be good. The one for sure even gets away, has time to adjust on to Say You Will. Franz for the 2K again. But this time, he's not even going to be traded.
Oh no, he goes for more. These are really good fights from old friends. This is an outstanding round from him. Those are fights he took on his terms. MTU had every opportunity to trade that out if they wanted to, and they just haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, no, they've not been able to do anything. And how is he still getting away with this? How's Retina not aware? How could he not know? Childs picked up second there. At least something done.
It's the ace.
That is incredible from Franz.
8-7. All right, see, all things considered, listen, it's not a disaster. If it's possible to do on the T side, obviously you can replicate it on your own. But you are starting from kind of that psychological disadvantage here. You're on your opponent's map pick. They're heading into their favorite half, and they've got a decent chunk of rounds already chipped away. What are you telling your team here in the situation, Vincent?
I mean, you have to just be telling them, hey, listen, we were competitive here. Like, you have to forget the reality that this is CT Nuke and just say we were competitive, we can do it again. And, you know, in fairness, that is also true. But it is certainly a little more... leading factor is a little concerning. Nonetheless, here we go. Push out. Retina got the first shot, and Childs is right there to help out. Could be even more. Oh, Retina falling back, getting hurt pretty significantly down at 3 HP. But they've already got a 2-player advantage.
Yeah, smoke and a flash left to work with. You can take that onto the B site, use the smoke to get the bomb down. And MTU, they haven't really rotated anyone down. I say that. You do have, I think it's Say You Will? I think it's Say You Will that's down there. But patience is really what MTU are really kind of displaying right now. They're holding these angles, we're just trying to get information, and they'll make that decisive play together when the time comes to be. But a flash out towards A, they've got that information. They'll find this first frag as well. It spells doom for this T side. They'll need multi-kills, and they're starting to grab it in for the 2v3. A damaged player, though, recovering the bomb, and a man in the back line, several of them, in fact. So many angles to deal with. Zoltan not going to be able to stand tall this time. MTU with the second pistol.
Yeah. And another mirror image of that first map. First half pistol going RIT's way. Second half, it's all the Huskies. And it is an even scoreline. What a way to start out the second half on their preferable side pick as well. Instantly, 2 M4s bought up by Retina and Childs. We got a UMP for Eel. The force buy is here, and it's pretty good. 5 Galeals. Not a lot of util.
No Molotovs. They can't really walk into the A bomb site with that sort of utility. And so, with that in mind, outside smokes down to B maybe is what you're working with, but they've lost his first frag as well. Not the opening you're looking for when you've got low utility.
No, not at all, but I guess just taking those dry fights. Retina had the confidence, got punished.
when that's that range, just so easy to work with. The glow spray really difficult to control that range, not necessarily because of the pattern, just how inaccurate the gun can be on top of it. What do? You know, 2v4. You've got someone positioned towards secret. You can maybe try to work off of them, but them being here also makes it difficult to work into the A site. You know what I mean? It almost forces you to try to push back towards B in some form. And how do you do that? You know, smokes. Again, you can smoke the doors, but you also have to get there.
Yeah, they're just also not there. There's just not smokes to work with. So.
Oh. This time.
A little bit of one. There's that smoke. At least it comes out. Rams will take a frag off the back of it. Still a disadvantage for Rochester, but
picked up another smoke too, but might matter. Maxi Cat going to get taken out towards the end. 2 players are staying for MTU. Considering how the round opened and the investment that RT brought in, this isn't like an outrageously bad round. Unfortunately for them, it's just not the round what they were looking for.
Yeah, when you're going for that force buy like that, it's really win the round or bust if you don't get a bomb plant. You can justify going for another force buy if you got a bomb plant, but not without it. And we're gonna see that come to fruition here. 2 auto shotguns, gotta love that. Retina and Eel have 1 apiece, and against what is 0 head armored opponents, it's gonna be ripping through those.
Oh no,
or not.
Yeah, Retina drops in towards HUD. He wants to go for some information towards lobby. Ends up face first into Tech 9. With a bomb site dropped, it's up to these rifles to work their way back in at close range. Shouts! There's the M4 coming into play, up for a triple. Looking for more, it gets neutralized, and then the auto shotgun in for the retake. Vincent, take me through this one, man.
Oh, this is realistic though. Look at how close range this auto shotgun is gonna be. But no, Spike through the wall finds Eel. Say you will. Has to clutch. No kit actually in hand. I don't know if there's one dropped somewhere. The bomb is front side of the silos. Pumps out, spots him, but doesn't actually get the shots. Has to go for the pistol, and the time is expired at this point. Zoltan will have this round. Will die with the bomb almost certainly, or no, does get away. And RIT, a round where they didn't invest, but Tech 9's no armor, they win.
And all off of those first 2 openings into the A site, I'm not sure why Retina specifically decided to drop down towards Hunt. Not only is that a gun you're giving up to the T side, but it's an opening duel that you're giving to them if they decide to come out. You know what I mean? You want to be playing those anchor bomb site positions when the A bomb site has the potential of being rushed. That's a fight they gave up, and it cost them the round.
Well, like you said earlier about taking fights on your terms, that's what Retina didn't do. Just allowed the fight to occur on the opposition's terms. But oh my goodness, he nearly got, well, did really get a collat. Just not a second frag, only the tag on it. It's just a child's push to follow that up. One Spike would have been very nice to hit that spray transfer, but not to be. I guess when Retina just makes it up with those types of rounds, you gotta just go with it.
Yeah, after the outrage of the last round, seeing something like this, like, is it a return to normalcy? Is this, you know what I mean? Like, how do you describe something like this? It's, either way, it's what MTU were looking for. But the bomb down, being down in a position where it is, you know, if the bomb wasn't there, you lose those first 2 players. You don't really try to go for that. You know what I mean? You don't try to get that position back. You just give it up and you try to go elsewhere. And so, you know, that's why it's unfortunate. That's why you usually drop the bomb in lobby or outside.
Indeed. There's a long rotation being taken by Spike, just hoping that maybe one player can get caught out, but MTU really aren't giving that away. Retina will fall. There's 3 players here, and it can get dangerous if you peek 1 by 1, but that was a triple swing, so nothing to be done. RIT. You think it's all good, and then they get hit with Retina.
As teams usually do, honestly. Happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Retina's it's like a bat, but a human.
You could probably start a counseling group for all the people that have been bodied by Retina, you know, but hi, my name is Tanner, and I've been bodied by Retina, like...
It was on Nuke, and it was painful. Help. I can't play Nuke anymore. I get flashbacks.
Yeah. I can't open my game anymore. I just see Retina's gun on the kill feed.
Why is Spike bot in here? That's a little curious.
Just hero buy maybe. It could be just, you know, like a chance of trying to win the round. If not, then you still got the rest of your teammates with guns. It's not uncommon. This Negev though is.
You know, the Negev didn't necessarily find the success. The Deagle did up against the op, and the op of Retina does find 2 before falling. Upgrade for Franz. Oh, and that's tough. As soon as MaxiCat found some information on Eel, they got taken out. Results in second Deagle frag. And looking for some Deagle spam, we'll find another there.
What?
Now it's Lysander alone, and with an MP9. This is not great.
Swinging away, Zoltan from the heavens to be that second factor in play. Somehow, this T side is starting to find some light, but these aren't the rounds we expect them to usually be delivering it. I don't understand what's going on. Michigan Tech, the CT side, not only is they're showing weakness, but it seems almost like they're getting ahead of themselves. Like, I'll be honest, the Negev buy, why?
Well, let me introduce you to a concept. It's called trolling. Yeah, that's why. Because it's a bit of fun. Though, yeah, the point is well taken. There's no need for you to get outside of the norm, especially not when it's 10 to 10. You know, if it was 16, like, I don't know, 13 rounds, then you're in an understanding position if you do a bit of trolling.
Is it not? That could be a factor later on in the round. He definitely can't afford to go aggressive. At least not with the weapon he's got in hand, and especially without the assistance of his teammates. But RT playing this slowly, very much mirroring the way that MT was approaching anti-ecos earlier on. He's found that opening towards ramp in the last round and looking to do it again. They've got Eel boosted up. In close angle, we'll have to designate someone to clear that. Oh no. 2 players guaranteed to be here. MTU, they've got information. This P250 only good for a single frag for now. They don't know! Okay, MaxiCats got the adjustment. A lot more closer for comfort than you would have wanted.
Not sure why Eel didn't just go for that second kill, but actually, well, I would assume.
How is this happening again?
Oh man, yeah, this is a little outrageous. Second Molly,
Just forget about Vincent.
just to make sure he's really not there.
If he pushes that one, he'll regret it.
This AK is already getting into position. Say Will could pop out at any moment. And will do so, but Spike is ready for that adjustment. Now
You
it's
save this?
do you have money next round? That's the key.
Up
Not
below.
really. Yeah, I don't think you have money, so I think you save.
But it's Lysander. Of course he goes for this. He knows exactly what's going on. At least he thought he did before Bullet got put in his dome. Op will be recovered well. I'm looking at that op though, and I'm thinking the impact that could have brought into this round. Michigan Tech, they've just lost the lead. They have not had much success this half.
Yeah, they've sort of struggled, and considering the fact that they won the pistol round,
Yeah,
it's a little bit concerning. That one wasn't gonna be the one that worked out. Those good damage done for MTU. It's gonna be a 4-nade stack. Outside, everybody's coming. Oh, that's fantastic. That is 2 kills guaranteed off the initial swings.
The issue with that is though, is those guns are not recoverable. You've got MaxiCat holding it off towards the top of Marshmallow, and you had Zoltan for a second also trying to assist, and so you're still fighting these rifles with pistols, and that's the massive concern. AWP recovered for Lysander. Is that the bomb in sight?
Not sure about the bomb, but Lysander unfortunately taking a fight, can't do it, but Retina grabs the op and goes for more. And Retina does it again. Retina delivery with a 3K and the no scope to add insult to injury. And nade stack working wonderfully.
Vincent, hear me out. It's very clear the gun rounds aren't working out for these teams. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if both teams just agree, listen, we get the best rounds when we're in pistols. Let's just play the rest of this game out with pistols. Both teams.
Just
Eagles
pistol
out.
armor every round?
Yeah, every round.
You can use whatever pistol you want?
Sure.
Interesting. I'd be down. I
Yeah,
think
maybe
they're gonna
max
be.
sevens as well. Who knows?
It's conference championships. Oh my goodness. Lysander at least pulling that back. The 2 players down. But it's another even scenario. Retina, though. They put an ump in their hand, and it's rarely going to go poorly. And he's the one to solidify the position. Brave to you.
Not the first time we've seen that spray tonight.
We've seen it all over the place.
You know, smiley faces all around. I'm on board.
I have one.
You?
Yeah, I'm smiling.
Oh.
Are you not smiling?
Yeah, I smile from time to time. Yeah.
Good, good. Zoltan, MP5, AK half armor for friends, and well, everybody else is in a P250 space.
If we see RIT win this pistol, like I guess this weird like MP5 AK pistol buy, I'm gonna double down on my take. Both teams should just stop using rifles.
Outcome.
No. If RNC loses this round, it'll be a return to normalcy. Is what it'll be.
All right. Well, let's see. We return to normalcy, or if we'll be seeing even more shenanigans. Shenanigans not existent just yet. Child's on the ramp. She's got the one. Retina doing even more. Nice shot from Childs. Did have a struggle here at the start, but is really solidified at 16 and 15 now. It's a 13th round on the board, and now a 2-round lead. One that's very much needed for MTU. They haven't been able to create that lead at all this second half, despite how much we talked up their CT side.
And we do get that return to normalcy, though. I'm heading into this next gun round. Both teams with guns for what seems like the first time in forever, actually. But a scout on the board for Spike. I mean, listen, he's been a good AWP this series, but what kind of impact can you have with that? You know, I guess that'll remain to be answered. But utility isn't perfect for RIT White. I look at that and I'm looking at Maxicat specifically, but lots of utility just been eliminated there for old friends.
Yeah, that's not a player that you wanted to see gone early on. Though I don't think there's one that you would have liked to see gone early on, really. Spike gathering a little bit of information gets, oh man,
lucky. I would say.
Yeah, very lucky. It does hit Retina as well though. It traded damage.
It's like when you high five each other too hard and it hurts for the both of you, you know?
Yeah, you're just in pain. Though there was certainly some malicious intent there, I'd imagine. An adjustment. Right in the back. Oh, 6 in the fire. A dangerous maneuver. Oh, boy. They just didn't know Childs was there. They had no idea. Fortunate that it was only those 2 that Childs was able to pick up. And there's the low HP player down. Tanner Khan, Spike alone. Will at least hit that first shot.
Horrendous damage too. Going for the first to the bomb. It's being stuck. Spike has no clue. Oh, wait, you got off of it? What?
I guess it doesn't matter.
I'm a little confused, but, you know, okay. I guess it's you winning out round regardless. Not sure exactly how you proceed if you're RIT. Listen, the bomb plant there, is it motivation to buy here? Has to be.
I'm looking at the money, and yeah, they definitely have, I'll say, enough. But not bad buy at all. 3 AKs. You got all your smokes, with the exception of Zoltan. I think this is a solid enough buy for RIT. The problem is they've just not been able to find anything the last 3 rounds. They've very much struggled in the small endeavors, and Retina continuing to be so mobile with this op. He's everywhere and nowhere all at once. Almost at 30.
Old France finding a way through the back lines, but honestly, there's 3 angles he could have been fought from there. Lysander just happened to pick the right one. And for the kill, Spike, scout kill, headshot actually to bring it back just a little bit. There's still control here that's been lost, and over towards ramp. Tanner's trying to see if he can punish something through the smoke, but that smoke it's all a ruse, Vincent, because all it's doing is bleeding time away from this T side. T side of 3 players that is to prevent this from going to serious point.
I do like that patience and the ideas behind it, but another tag? The scout, I mean, it's not getting all the kills necessarily, though it has picked up 1, but it's certainly doing damage. Tees up. Jounce. It's Tanner. Find that kill. Multiple players so low. Getting their toes shot. It's just a matter of time for Eel.
So way back into this. The time's starting to tick. They need to make a move, and unfortunately they left themselves out of options to actually capitalize off of it. We've gotten here. It's been a bit of a bumpy road, but I think we started to see that return to form for Michigan Tech that we were expecting. It's 15-11, Vincent, and that was kind of the last-ditch attempt for RIT White. That was their gun round. They're coming into this with pennies.
Yeah, this is the nail in the coffin, it feels like. A victory here is a victory in the series. Conference champions would be Michigan Tech University. Massive victory and huge seeding as well when it comes to the playoffs. Eel, 2 frags quickly. This is maybe going to be a fast one. Aggression. Childs has dialed that up, but Childs will fall. It's Retina instead to find the frag. 3-on-2.
Bombs down, and that's really the biggest concern. Is it's out towards that squeaky door. I imagine they'll try to go towards heaven, maybe split back towards mini. Take this from 2 different angles. So much control, so much information for MTU. They have all of the cards in their hand. They just need to play them correctly.
I like that they're sticking together. RIT though, this is good. Of course, it doesn't change the fact that they know what's going on. Say you will. There's the delivery. 1 more to find. Maxi hadn't moved at all since that swing.
It's scary. What do you do?
You do nothing. Yeah. 16-11. That's the final score line here on Nuke. And it was far closer than I think you and I were expecting after the first map specifically. But still, ultimately they closed it out. I think that's really what that's really the takeaway is that they closed it out, and even though it got a little bit dicey on Nuke, still very good.
Yeah, I think Nuke, looking at the scoreline after the fact, I think that's the result that we were expecting. Looking at the series as a whole, though, Inferno, that really is the big surprise. That 16-4, that showed us something from MTU, which I didn't think either of us were expecting. And I mean, going into playoffs, that's going to be... Inferno wasn't an app we saw last time around, but that looks like a comfortable pick that they could be taking against other teams.
Indeed. And, you know, speaking of going into playoffs, with the fact that Davenport is now dead, that's very open. I mean, Drexel's the obvious second choice. They were very clearly going to be there with Northwood gone. But the fact is that MTU, they are maybe alongside RIT's main team, the 2 outside favorites, with Drexel being the number 1. We'll talk a little bit more about that with one of these MTU players. But before we do get there, we're going to have to take a short break, get that prepared, and an interview coming up when we come back. Well, after what is ultimately a dominant victory for MTU, they are crowned the conference champions here. And, well, we get to talk to a new face, one that we haven't gotten to speak to before. I'm going to take the Lysander, welcome them onto the stream. Hey, Lysander, how's it going?
Doing good.
Welcome. Okay. Well, that's awesome to hear. Number one, how's everything been this season? We haven't gotten to speak with you. Obviously, first season, right, with MTU
first collegiate
first semester
season. Yeah, first collegiate season entirely for me, but my first season with MTU. Yeah.
So, talk to me about your role within this team and what you've been able to bring alongside what was already a pretty solid collegiate roster.
I think the biggest thing that I bring to the team is a lot of like solid team experience, and I think that before I came in, Hunter was IGLing, and Hunter being a really amazing player and able to kind of take over the game, being limited onto the calling role kind of held him back at some ways. So I feel like I've been relieving him of that pressure and just allowing him to go and be amazing this season. And I think also with a lot of our more unexperienced team players, I can give them better direction on how they should be playing a proper system.
Certainly. Oh boy, we've lost Bird. He's dead.
He's frozen
here.
Stone face.
Oh well. he wanted to talk to you so bad. He just
Yeah.
I guess the world is telling him that it's just not allowed. Well, let me ask you then about playoffs and kind of moving forward. You guys obviously taking the conference championship here with Davenport being a dead team now. There's really only a couple teams that are up there. I mean, you guys, RAT's A team, Drexel, those are the ones that come to mind immediately. Where do you guys see yourselves in that lineup? And do you think you're able to take it to Drexel, who are now multiple-time national champions?
Yeah, I mean, we're always going to think that we can, win above any other team. I think that we have the potential, we have the firepower. Right now, it's been a little bit shaky having to play with Eel as a sub. We can't get, a full system incorporated with good practice. But I think that, as long as we stay confident and really just play our game, we can beat any team.
So, it's talking about the the kind of the mentality of we can beat any team. Is there a specific X factor that you guys are looking for on your team? Is it a player, a certain set of circumstances? What's the win condition that you look for whenever you go into a series that you think is going to make you guys win?
Really just, I think that we try not to look at names too much, or at least me personally, I try to, keep that mentality across everybody else on the team. Don't really think about, anyone's ranking or past experience in history. Just focus on the game that you're currently playing and stay confident. And, really, I think that Hunter is obviously a big portion of our game plan, him popping off and winning big clutch rounds and all that. But, I think that as long as we just play solid Counter-Strike and work together, usually the games can go well as long as we feel like we can always win them.
100%. Well, good luck in the playoffs as you guys move forward. I mean, we're going to be here for the vast majority of them, I'm sure. Any shout outs or anybody you want to say hello to before we let you go, Lysander?
I'm shouting out my parents if my parents are watching. I don't know. And then also probably shout out to my boys Josh and Panda and Eric, who are also watching right now. So thank you guys all for supporting me.
Let's go. Always love to see all the support as well. Thanks so much for taking the time, Lysander. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Alrighty, and with that, it is a wrap. Michigan Tech heading into playoffs, and they are looking darn good with that position as well, Bird. It's been pretty much a flawless season from them. I mean, they came into this game 6-0. I believe, and they walk away with another victory.
Yeah, and to be honest, it puts us on an exciting note. We get to the part of the season where we start to see kind of not champions collide, but championship contenders collide. You know what I mean? Up until this point, a lot of these groups, we're talking about teams where it's like there's an expected winner coming into most of these matches, or there's teams where you look at the experience and you're like, this should be over in 2 maps, right? We expect maybe a close game, but this is the expected winner. Going to playoffs, that gets thrown out the window. There's a lot more pressure on the line, and there's a lot more outcomes to actually fight for. I expect to see less teams coming into games with substitute players, right? All this stuff. it should be a much better time, and I'm happy to see him to you there.
Yeah, I too am happy to see him to you. What I'm not so happy about is seeing you all leave. Unfortunately, it's just about that time. One thing to note, though, I don't think we have any streams happening next week here for NACE. It is just going to be an off week just to get everybody where they need to be. We're going to step back in just after that with the playoffs, and they will continue. Thanks so much for watching today. See you next time here at the NACE Star League.